Welcome to Streaming News Network by Claude McDaniel. News without the hype and biased reporting. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Authorities in Lexington announced Wednesday that a body believed to be 39-year-old Elena Catherine Moore was discovered in a wooded area near Lakeside Middle School. The discovery came after a witness reported seeing a woman matching Moore's description walking toward the woods shortly after her disappearance. Moore was last seen last Thursday after checking in at a gym in Lexington, a community located about 20 minutes west of Columbia. Investigators say the location where the body was found is just over 1 mile from where Moore was reportedly last seen. Search teams began combing the area Wednesday afternoon and located the body at approximately 2:48 p.m. The individual was wearing clothing matching the description of what Moore was last seen wearing. The Lexington County Coroner's Office is working to officially identify the remains. Authorities have not yet released a cause of death, and investigators have not said whether foul play is suspected. Officials describe the case as an active investigation, with state law enforcement assisting local authorities as they work to determine exactly what happened. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. As Seattle hosts several matches during the FIFA World Cup, debate continues over the city's efforts to address homelessness, drug use, and public safety concerns ahead of the international event. City officials recently highlighted preparations for the tournament, including initiatives aimed at housing hundreds of homeless individuals and improving conditions in areas surrounding Lumen Field and downtown hotels expected to welcome large numbers of visitors. However, some community advocates and local residents argue that serious challenges remain. Outreach workers and neighborhood leaders report ongoing concerns about open drug use, homelessness, and criminal activity in several parts of the city, including areas near the Chinatown International District and other neighborhoods outside the primary tourist zones. Advocates working directly with unhoused individuals say additional treatment services, mental health resources, and long-term support programs are needed. Critics have also questioned the effectiveness of Seattle's housing-first approach to homelessness, pointing to continued increases in the homeless population despite significant public spending. City leaders maintain that efforts are underway to expand housing options and support services, while community organizations continue to push for broader solutions addressing addiction, mental health, and public safety. As World Cup events continue, the spotlight remains on Seattle's ongoing challenge of balancing major international tourism with long-standing social issues affecting local communities. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Veteran comedian and actor Tom Dreesen has died at the age of 86. According to family representatives, Dreesen passed away Wednesday at his home in Los Angeles. A cause of death has not been released. In a statement, his family remembered him as a performer who brought laughter, compassion, and humanity to audiences across the United States for more than 5 decades. Born in Harvey, Illinois, Dreesen built a successful entertainment career through determination and talent. Dreesen first gained national attention after forming one of America's first interracial comedy duos with fellow comedian Tim Reed. Their act helped break barriers in the entertainment industry during a period of significant social change. He later became a familiar face on television, making numerous appearances on late-night programs and starring in popular series including Murder, She Wrote, Columbo, Touched by an Angel, and WKRP in Cincinnati. He also appeared in the 1987 comedy film Spaceballs. Dreesen was perhaps best known for his longtime friendship and touring partnership with legendary entertainer Frank Sinatra. Beginning in the early 1980s, he opened for Sinatra during concert tours and remained a close friend throughout the singer's life. Tom Dreesen leaves behind a legacy of comedy, friendship, and groundbreaking contributions to American entertainment. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Security concerns have emerged at the FIFA World Cup after reports that an unauthorized drone was intercepted near South Korea's training facility in Guadalajara, Mexico, ahead of the team's match against host nation Mexico. According to officials, military personnel detected what was described as an unregistered drone operating near the training compound and used specialized equipment to disable it. Authorities have not publicly identified who was operating the device, and it remains unclear whether any arrests were made. South Korea head coach Hong Myung-bo addressed the incident during a news conference, saying the drone was discovered before the team's tactical training session began. He noted that while the incident was unfortunate, it did not significantly affect the team's preparations for the match. The game carries major tournament implications, with both South Korea and Mexico having an opportunity to secure advancement to the knockout stage with a victory. Tournament organizers and security officials have increased protective measures across host cities in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Reports indicate that multiple unauthorized drones have been intercepted since the World Cup began, including incidents near stadiums, fan zones, and team training facilities. Officials continue to monitor the situation as the tournament progresses. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. A new report from the Downtown Seattle Association is raising questions about the economic impact of Seattle's Jumpstart payroll expense tax, which was enacted in 2020. The report compares Seattle with neighboring Bellevue and claims that Seattle has lost approximately 30,000 downtown jobs since the tax was implemented. It also states that office vacancy rates in downtown Seattle have climbed to 32% and that office properties have lost more than $10 billion in value. According to the report, Bellevue, which does not impose a similar payroll or social housing tax, has experienced stronger economic performance. The study found Bellevue's office property values increased by 7% during the same period, while Seattle's office values declined by 48%. Bellevue's office vacancy rate was reported at 24%, lower than Seattle's rate. The Downtown Seattle Association argues that Bellevue's lower overall tax burden has made it more attractive to businesses and investors. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson disputed the report's conclusions, defending the Jumpstart tax as an important source of revenue that helped the city recover from the economic effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The mayor said the tax, which applies to large companies with annual payrolls exceeding $7 million, has generated more revenue than originally projected and helped prevent significant budget cuts. The debate continues as city leaders and business groups assess Seattle's economic recovery and future growth. This is Claude McDaniel of Streaming News Network. A heartfelt tribute has been shared by Jade Jones following the unexpected death of her close friend, Mackenzie Kern, who passed away earlier this month at the age of 26. In a message posted on social media, Jones remembered Kern as a joyful and caring friend who brought happiness to those around her. She described Kern as someone who could make people laugh and who found happiness in life's simple moments, from summer adventures to spending time with friends and family. Jones also reflected on the important role Kern played in supporting her relationship with Indiana Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton. The couple became engaged last year at their alma mater, and Jones said Kern had been a constant source of encouragement throughout their journey together. Expressing her grief, Jones wrote that future milestones, including her upcoming wedding, would not be the same without her friend physically present. However, she said she believes Kern's memory and spirit will remain a part of those special moments. According to her family, Kern passed away unexpectedly from health complications just 2 days after celebrating her 26th birthday. She is survived by her parents, sister, boyfriend, step-siblings, and grandparents. Friends and loved ones continue to remember Mackenzie Kern for her warmth, kindness, and lasting impact on those who knew her. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A tragic accident in New York City's Central Park has claimed the life of an 18-year-old tourist visiting from India with his family. Authorities say Romansh Mahajan was riding in a horse-drawn carriage with his parents and younger brother Wednesday afternoon when the horse unexpectedly bolted. According to family members, the carriage driver had briefly stopped to take a photograph when the incident occurred. As the carriage sped through the park, Romansh's mother was reportedly thrown from the moving vehicle. Family members say the teenager attempted to help her and exited the carriage during the chaos. He suffered a severe head injury and was transported to a nearby hospital, where he later died. His mother, father, and younger brother sustained minor injuries. The carriage was heavily damaged after reportedly colliding with another carriage during the incident. Witness video showed the driver pursuing the runaway horse before eventually regaining control. The horse, a 7-year-old named Samson, was not reported to have suffered any injuries. Officials are continuing to investigate the circumstances surrounding the accident. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A Texas woman is facing felony charges after authorities say she falsely claimed to be a federal immigration officer during a traffic stop in an effort to avoid receiving citations. Police in Balcones Heights arrested 52-year-old Sandra Trevino on charges of impersonating a public servant, a third-degree felony under Texas law. According to investigators, Trevino was stopped on May 25 for several traffic violations, including allegedly running a stop sign, failing to use a turn signal, and having illegal window tint. Officers say she then displayed what she claimed was a federal identification badge and told them she worked as a deportation officer for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Authorities allege Trevino stated that traffic citations could create problems with her employer and suggested that law enforcement officers should not stop federal agents while they are carrying out official duties. Investigators say she continued making similar claims during a court appearance and later conversations with police. However, authorities determined that Trevino worked for a private security contractor and did not possess federal law enforcement authority. A judge set her bond at $5,000. Trevino was released from the Bexar County Jail after posting bond and now faces further legal proceedings. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Actor Stephen Baldwin is speaking publicly for the first time about his departure from the 1998 romantic comedy The Object of My Affection, claiming he was dismissed after producers expressed concerns that his performance was overshadowing that of co-star Jennifer Aniston. During a recent podcast appearance, Baldwin recalled being cast as the boyfriend of Aniston's character before filming began. He said a producer approached him and suggested there was a problem with him being funnier than the film's lead actress. Baldwin emphasized that he was not criticizing Aniston personally, noting that he believes she is talented and funny. Instead, he described the experience as an example of the challenges and politics sometimes found in Hollywood productions. At the time of his departure, reports indicated that Baldwin and filmmakers had differing interpretations of the character. The role was ultimately recast, with actor John Pankow taking over the part. Baldwin also said the situation reminded him of an earlier experience on the 1989 war drama Casualties of War, where he claimed creative differences led to his removal from the project. Now 60 years old, Baldwin has continued working in film and television, while also appearing on a variety of reality television programs over the years.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and shorts. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.